Welcome back to another stream about my personal website, and in this one we are going to be removing the pose animation library from my website. So I use the pose animation library for the animations that you see in here, the spring animation specifically. So when I hover over one of these items, it just bounces up and down, and I use them in these footer icons as well. So I don't think it's worth keeping this library because these animations are not that important, I think, and I'm not sure how much space pose takes in our bundle size, but at this point I'm doing almost everything that I can to decrease my bundle size without changing the content of my website. So I think I can get rid of these animations and get a substantial amount of savings in terms of the bundle size. Not sure how much space we're going to save, but we are starting with 1387415. I've taken that value down in here. So let's get started. The way that I use pose is I have these two components in here, and what they do is they provide a div that has these animations built in. So rather than using these, by the way, I use these things in like this spring div is used in project card, and this spring list item, this is used in the social media icons. So I'm going to be removing these two components, and what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be replacing these with basic hover animations. Let's get started with it. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to find the usages of this one, which is in project card, obviously, and I'm going to replace this with just a regular div, and we are going to add a new class name to project card module.sass, if you can find it, project card module.sass. There you go. Split this vertically. Okay, so we are going to be adding new styles in here somewhere, and those styles are going to be helping us animate the stuff. So this content div could be a very good start, actually. The content div seems to be a good place for us to place the scale transformation. So I've used transition transform or scale. I've used it in somewhere in my project. I think it was the blog showcase card. Okay. Must be in here somewhere. Okay. Yes, so as you can see, I have a transition on the transform of my blog showcase cards. So let's see how that looks really quickly. So when I hover over these items, as you can see, they grow and shrink. And I think I'm going to do the same thing for project cards for now. So I can literally just copy this part. Actually, I'll just copy the whole line. I'll just copy the whole thing and I'll paste it somewhere in here. I'm not going to be having a box shadow, so I'll just get rid of that part. And I need to copy over this part as well. So let's just go back, paste it here, and let's get rid of this part. Okay, I think that will do what we need. So what does this do? When you hover over the item, the scale will be 1.01% of whatever the original scale was, and the transformation will take 0.1 seconds. Okay, we can see how that looks now. Hopefully it will work. Is the server running? Probably no. Okay, let's start the server. Hopefully everything goes well, and let's see how that looks. Okay, you can see the results in here. Yeah, when I hover over these items, they get a slight increase in size, and yeah, I think they look good. I think I can keep it this way. I mean, or I can make them a little bit bigger maybe. So instead of doing a transform 1.01, I can go with 1.02. Yeah, I think that looks good, but that's a bit too big. So I'll go with 1.015. Okay, I think I like this one. All right, I'll keep it this way. So, okay, we can delete this component now, and we can get rid of this in here. Okay, let's clean this up. Looks good. All right, let's go back to the project section. Let's verify everything still works. Yep, everything still works. Now let's do the same thing for this one. So where do we use this thing? We use this in social media icons. Okay, let's come here. I think I can replace them with just a regular list item, and then I can probably give it a class name. So we don't have a module.sass for this component, huh? Okay, that's interesting. Well, that doesn't mean I can't add one. So let's add a module.sass for this component. So let's go to style sheets. This is under the footer. So I'll go under components, under footer. I'm going to add a new file. This new file is going to be called social media icon.module.sass. Okay. I'm pretty much going to have the same thing. So I can say something like social media icon, and I'm going to paste these two things. I need to import this style. Whoops. So let's go back to social media icon. I need to remember, actually, I can probably do something like this. Import social media icon. This is the style that we just declared. Icon from. Okay, where are we right now? Okay, we need to go one more up. Style sheets, components, footer, and social media icon. Okay, that's it. So now we need to assign this class name. To do that, we are going to do something like this. $, and put this in here. Okay. All right, I think that should be fine. All right, I think that's working. Now we just need to remove this spring animation that we still see. That shouldn't be the case. Interesting. Oh yeah, I forgot to remove this, so let's just replace it with this one. Okay, let's remove this line, and let's get rid of the animation component that we have in here. Okay. All right, that doesn't seem to be working, and we're going to try and understand why. It seems like we have two hover animations right now. One of them is this color shift when you hover over one of these items, and the second one is a transformation, right? I think what we just added in here is getting overridden. So I'm not sure if we can do this, but maybe rather than adding this in here, we could add it to social media bar. So what styles do we have in social media bar? Oh, they're coming from the footer. Yeah, I think we need to add it here rather than in here. Okay, we can do that. Let's just copy over these things, come back here. Let's add them to here, and then I'll clean everything up. So I'll put this in here. Transition. I guess I can say all. Okay. I can get rid of this part, and I'll move this up by one line, and I think that should be it. Not sure, but let's get rid of this file again that we've just created. Social media icon. We don't need to import this anymore. All right, go back. All right, let's go to bottom. Okay, the transformation animation is not working. The scale doesn't seem to work, but at least the color shift is working. So let's try and understand why. Well, Let's give it some ridiculous scale so we can see it better. All right. Okay, so the hover animation is actually working. So we just need to give it a bigger scale. And let's decrease the transition time. I think that's good. Now let's play with the scale a little bit. I think we can make it like 7.5. Okay, I like this. All right, this is better. Let's check if everything is still working in the blog area. Yeah, that looks fine. Okay, now there's one more thing that I want to do. When I click over one of these items, I want it to shrink it down to the original size, whatever it was before. So there's another CSS selector that I can use for this one. So I can say active, and I can say, so I can copy this, paste it here, say transform, like, okay. So when I click on one of these, it's going to get smaller. The effect is very subtle, but I'm clicking right now, so I'll just, okay. Well, so I'll just do this, but you watch the screen. So it gets smaller when I click. Okay, that's good. But now when I click over one of them and then drag the mouse and then leave it go and let it go, the background color is still applied. So I need to figure out a way to, okay, I think I can just remove the focus from here. That should hopefully fix it. Okay, let's go back. Yeah. All right, that looks good. The animation is very subtle, but it works, so I'm happy with the change. Now I want to add the same thing to here. So when I click on one of the project cards, okay, transform. Actually, I'm just going to copy this line, paste it. Let's go with a very small scale bump. So yeah, when you click over one of them, it gets smaller. Okay. And I want to do the same thing for this blog post button actually. Hello showcase button, I think. Okay, so I have this hover thing in here, and I'm gonna do an active one. All right, transform, scale. Let's go with 1.005. That should also apply to the shadow behind it. All right, so we should change the values for these things too. Let's copy over them. All right, and let's go with 6. What was the original? Okay, let's go with 7. 7, 7, and 7. All right, let's see how this works. Yeah, that looks good. So let's get rid of the library and let's see how much space we managed to save. So let's go to package.json. Let's remove React pose. I'm using so many libraries. All right, jQuery. Do we need J? I think we do. Anyway, so React Pose. It's this one. Okay. All right, let's see how much space we managed to save. So let's create a Firebase build again, and let's do a serve. Okay, this is going to take a while. Okay, let's go back to Google Chrome. So the previous size was 1.13874, and I've taken a note of it in Sublime Text in here. We're going to get the new size in a minute. So let's refresh this page. We are down to 1324105. 1324105. So we managed to save about 63 kilobytes-ish. That's quite a lot. So yeah, thanks for joining the stream, and I hope you learned something new. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.